This zombie shark ate the man in front of it in one bite. They merged and turned into a giant fish monster. Its body takes on a weird reptilian shape. The face is actually a human skeleton. Upon seeing this, the special agent team immediately entered combat mode. Jill sets up his plasma rifle. The temperature of its shells can reach 20,000 degrees. She seized the right moment to launch her attack. The giant fish monster suffered heavy injuries and fell to the ground. Just when everyone heaved a sigh of relief, the monster actually stood up again. Can the protagonist group escape? This is the latest action movie, Resident Evil: Death Island, that we are going to talk about in this issue. On this day, American Agent Lyon received instructions from Intelligence Agent Harrigan, ordered to arrest Taylor, a mechanical engineering expert, because this person may leak his country's scientific research secrets to the enemy country. Taylor is currently abducted by a mysterious organization. Harrigan sent over the organization's truck route. Let him solve the problem today. Leon chased the truck on his beloved scooter. As a result, he was intercepted by the female warrior Maria, the other party's father. Once teamed up with the villain to do bad things, cued by Leon and his companions. As a result, Maria and the male protagonist become enemies. Lyon shot and smashed the opponent's tires. Maria rushed to the bridge to transport the cart. Jumping on Lyon's scooter in one go, she strangled the opponent's neck and jumped. High heels jammed main brake. Lyon almost fell to pieces because of his inertia. Then Maria disappeared on the spot. His rescue plan also ended in failure. On the other side, a large number of infected people appeared in San Francisco. The SAA member Jill, despite Captain Chris' dissuasion, sneak into the infected person's home alone to investigate. She cautiously headed to the second floor, found the hostess lying in a pool of blood, after Jill confirmed that the other party was completely dead. About to leave the room, as a result, the man who turned into a zombie suddenly rushed towards her. Jill struggled to lift it, immediately fired a shot at him, but because it didn't hit the head, the male owner rushed over to bite him again. He also struggled with Jill. The other party kicked against the wall, grabbed the zombie and threw it to the first floor. Jill held him down and smashed him onto the glass coffee table, then shoot him in the head. Then Chris and others came to support. He asked the other party why he acted without permission. Jill said when someone is in danger, she won't wait for support. After everyone returns to the base, Chris went to Rebecca, who was studying zombie viruses, and asked her if she had any clues. Rebecca analyzed 12 similar cases. It was found that none of the infected people had any traces of being bitten, only tiny pinholes. Someone must be deliberately spreading a modified version of the T-virus. Rebecca knows about Jill's unauthorized act last night, so she advised Chris not to blame the other party. Jill has been through so much trauma, even being brainwashed by the enemy to hunt down teammates. Now she's back on the battlefield, eager to prove herself. It's inevitable that acted a little recklessly. On the other side, Chris' sister Claire. Investigation of dead whale carcass on San Francisco beach. She found huge bite marks on the fish, exceeding the attack power of any known marine creature. T-virus was also detected in the wound. Claire collects samples from whale carcasses and sent to Rebecca for further investigation. Finally, after cross-comparing all case information, Rebecca discovered these infected people have been to Alcatraz Island near San Francisco. Brother and sister Jill and Chris immediately pretended to be tourists. Go to Alcatraz Island to find out. Rebecca called on the way, said that a vaccine for the new strain of the virus has been developed. Chris was immediately relieved after hearing this. The three of them came to Alcatraz's famous attraction prison. This was originally a military fortress. Later it was used as a prison for a long time. Therefore, it attracted many curious tourists. Not far away, a man's cry of pain suddenly came from. Someone was inexplicably infected by the zombie virus. Chris quickly stepped forward and shot him to death. But soon others began to mutate too. The whole prison is in chaos. The protagonist group immediately opened fire. Zombies crawling everywhere biting people. Jill's pistol was knocked off during the melee. The zombie man drew her to the ground. Jill kicked the opponent away, slammed the prison door and crushed the zombie's head off. And Claire is protecting the survivors. Trap the zombies outside the prison fence. But the table can't stop the hordes of zombies from attacking. Survivors who were not bitten also mutated inexplicably. Claire was confused when she saw this. At this time, Jill fought his way into the sewer in order to save people. She shot the zombie-turned-passerby. Go over and see the beleaguered police. It turned out that the other party was also infected. He rushed over without saying a word. Jill went up and smashed several gun butts on him. Then he pushed against the wall and stabbed the opponent through the head. Chris is still fighting. Jill did not return to the ground. Instead, go deep into the sewers. Little did they know that someone had released a few lickers from the darkness. Is the one who kidnapped Dr. Taylor. and the man behind the development of the new strain Dylan. In 1998, Dylan is also a special soldier for Umbrella Corporation. He traveled to Raccoon City with his team, assisting in the evacuation of Umbrella Company executives. If any civilians try to keep up, you can't shoot him directly. This remark aroused the suspicion of the Special Forces soldiers. What happened in Raccoon City? Why do you disregard civilian lives? Also move senior executives and government officials after Dylan and others land. Got attacked by zombies. He and his friend Xiao Jie locked their comrades in the cold storage. The two asked their superiors for support, who knew that the other party wanted to shoot all infected people. Little J wants to follow orders. Dylan doesn't want to hurt his teammates. Hurry up and stop Little J. But the other party still smashed the glass of the refrigerator room, killed all infected teammates, but himself was beaten. The two reported to their superiors again, and truthfully told the story about Little J being bitten. Sure enough, his superiors asked Dylan to eliminate Little J. These good brothers can only kill each other. Dylan grabbed the medicine box and hit Little J on the head until the other person dies. From then on, he got into the habit of hammering the ground with a blunt object, and one leg was injured in the battle and became disabled. Whenever Dylan is emotionally unstable, he would hit the ground with his cane. Maria, the female warrior who appeared earlier, now he's also working under Dylan. As soon as the three protagonists landed on Alcatraz Island, they were already targeted by Dylan. At this moment, Jill got separated from the two siblings. The communication device's signal was also interrupted. She gripped her knife and advanced cautiously. She spotted a figure ahead. Jill rushed forward and engaged in combat with the figure. To her surprise, after a few moves, she realized that the person in front of her was Leon. He was following the trail of Dr. Tyler and had arrived on Devil's Island. Together, they dealt with the zombie tourists. Unexpectedly, a licker emerged from the water. The two of them held their breath and stayed still, afraid to make a move. The licker, having lived in dark environments for years, had degenerated eyes without sight but extremely sharp hearing. It extended its tongue toward Jill, and in her attempt to evade it, she knocked over an abandoned oil barrel. Leon acted swiftly to kill the licker, but its companion was approaching. Jill hadn't run far when the licker's tongue wrapped around. Leon saw this and took her hand. Then he took out his pistol and shot, but in a blink of an eye, his wrist was also wrapped. Jill quickly shot to help the other party escape, with the tacit cooperation of the two. Finally free from the licker's tongue, but these monsters rushed up one after another. It's impossible to kill them all. The two simply hid in the corner. Leon kicked the oil drum flying to the ground, detonated with a bullet. Blow up all the lickers behind you. On the other side, the Chris brothers and sisters are looking for survivors. However, the Jur group was basically wiped out. Only a man with glasses escaped by hiding in a cupboard. The two of them can't leave him alone. Let's move together with the man wearing glasses. Unexpectedly, they were attacked by zombies again on the way. Chris' brother and sister rushed forward to entangle the enemy and kill them separately. The man with glasses was scratched while escaping. Claire stepped forward to help the other party treat the wound. At this time, the two of them still didn't know. This guy with glasses appears out of nowhere. In fact, it's Dr. Taylor that Leon is looking for. The other party is planning to escape from Dylan's control. Suddenly, Chris and his sister felt a pain in their necks. Two people were bitten by strange mechanical mosquitoes. Feeling unwell immediately, Taylor was shocked when he saw this. He rolled around and wanted to escape. As a result, bumped into Maria head-on. All three were captured by female warriors. At the same time, Leon and Jill are still exploring the sewers. The two noticed an air current in the tunnel, so they followed the breeze and moved the bricks and stones on the wall. Found a mysterious laboratory. There are a lot of liquor sleeping in the hatching tank. The two of them entered Dylan's base by accident and discovered the biological drones there. This must be Dylan's purpose in capturing Taylor, so that the other party can develop these mechanical mosquitoes and spread the virus through bites. Jill and the two plan to burn down the entire incubation base. Unexpectedly, Dylan's voice suddenly sounded. He asked the two protagonists to go to the first section of the prison. Chris and his sister were waiting there. Jill and Leon soon arrived at the cell in Section 1. Chris and Claire were indeed locked up inside. Leon also recognized the man with glasses as Taylor. The two of them were in a very bad situation at this time. Mutation may occur at any time. Then Dylan finally showed up. He keeps talking to divert the protagonist's attention. A mechanical mosquito took the opportunity to sting Lion. Maria stepped forward and kicked away the opponent's pistol. This method of infection can be described as quick and effective. With clear directions, Dylan didn't let the mosquito bite Jill. Instead, he instructs the heroine to shoot her comrades before they mutate. This Dylan is so psychopathic, he had to shoot little Jay 17 years ago. Now we have to test Jill in the same situation. Will he kill his comrades like himself? Dylan wants to infect the entire world. Let everyone taste the pain of killing each other with brothers and sisters. On the other side, Hurricane can contact Lion. Just send a message to Rebecca. Said it was just a few hours ago. A man named Dylan stole the identities of Jill, Leon, Chris and others. Now the protagonist group has lost contact again. Hurricane speculated that they must be in trouble. Rebecca heard the news and brought the newly developed vaccine. Follow the rescuers to Alcatraz Island to find the protagonist group. Unexpectedly, as soon as landed on the island, they were attacked by a zombie great white shark. The rescue team was wiped out. Rebecca had to sneak into the island alone with the vaccine. The screen switches back to the prison. Jill is facing unprecedented pressure. If Claire is not shot and killed, Taylor, who is in the same cell as her, is in danger. Once Claire mutates, the other party will definitely be beaten to death, but Jill remain unmoved. She finally regained control of her body. She definitely doesn't want to make the same mistake again, to hurt the friends who fought side by side again. Dylan on the sidelines ran out of patience. He simply shot and wounded Taylor himself. Upon seeing this, Lion detonated flash bombs to buy time. Jill took the opportunity to run into the sewer. She must destroy the base hatching pool. Dylan guessed what Jill was thinking, also turned around and headed to the hatching pond. Prepare to unleash millions of mechanical mosquitoes, infecting people all over the world. Claire, who has not mutated at this moment, still does not forget to save lives and heal the wounded. Stop the bleeding from Taylor's wound. The other party was moved by Claire's kindness, so he gave her the password for the drone's backdoor program. Then he died. At this time, Jill met Rebecca in the sewer and told the other party the location of Claire and others. Rebecca heard this and rushed to save people. Jill continued to rush to the hatching pond, just when Claire and others could hardly hold on any longer. Rebecca arrived in time to vaccinate the 3 people, successfully prevented them from mutating, but Maria quickly caught up with her. Prepare to kill Leon with your own hands to avenge his father. The two started fighting without saying anything. Maria's combat ability and speed are far superior to Leon's. He has no power to fight back at all. Concentrate on deciphering the opponent's tricks. Leon finally broke free from Maria's restraints, but he still got beaten up by the other party. He kicked with all his strength. Maria happened to hit the iron rod and was pierced through the chest and died. On the other side, Jill finally arrived at the hatching pond. She told Dylan that the serum had been developed. Don't be stubborn anymore. But Dylan gave himself a shot of the drug, then jumped into the water and merged with the zombie shark. The two form a fish-like biological weapon, can even walk on land. Fortunately, Chris and others came to support. The elite team officially gathers. They dodged the fish monster's giant tail. Leon took the opportunity to shoot and smash the crane nearby. A huge iron hook on the monster's head. Everyone took the opportunity to attack each other with heavy weapons. But this big guy has rough skin and thick flesh. Ammunition is like shooting cotton, with little effect. Lion simply drove a car over and blew it up. Claire and Rebecca take the opportunity to enter the control room. Prepare to use the password given by Taylor to gain control of the drone. At the same time, Jill accidentally discovered the plasma rifle. Its temperature is as high as 20,000 degrees. It will definitely inflict heavy damage on the monster. She called on her comrades to lure the monster over. Lion, 2 people driving a car to attract each other's attention, helped Jill successfully hit the monster, but one shot isn't enough to kill. The monster staggered and stood up again. Plasma rifle firing requires a long time to charge. Before the second shot was fired, the monster broke the gun in her hand. Everyone had to find another way. At this time, Claire is planning to end the drone, but Rebecca has an idea. She controls the drone. Let them infect monsters with high doses of the virus. The toxins in the opponent's body are overloaded and starting to get out of control, and trying to swim into open water to spread the virus. Jill bears the brunt of attracting the monster's attention. She jumped into the water and led him under the gate. Leon and Chris worked together to break the hinge with heavy artillery. The iron gate closed quickly and pinched off the monster's head. The protagonist group successfully completed the mission, waiting for the arrival of the rescue helicopter under the sunset. The video ends here. Directed by Japanese director Eiichiro Hazumi, will be released in Japan and other places in 2023. To be honest, the story is very idiotic and cliché. The villain's motivations simply don't hold up. However, there are 2 popular characters in the game. The historic meeting between Leon and Jill. There are also brother and sister Renfield fighting in the same frame. A group of old characters return collectively, like a pure fan-directed derivative work. game fans must still like it very much. If you put aside character filters and feelings, this is a third-rate movie through and through.